Hello class, this is Ms. Chikoy. So we're going to talk about unit conversion. So when you're converting units, these are the three main steps you need. 1, figure out your givens, what they give you. 2, figure out what you're trying to find. And 3, map out a pathway. So this is best shown through examples, so that is what we're going to do. Alright, so looking at this problem, we have some sort of rectangular prism that's holding water, and the question is how many quarts does it have? So first of all, we know that we are given 3 lengths. We're given the height, the width, and the length. So we're given 3 lengths. What we are looking for is the volume in quarts. So we're given 3 lengths in meters, and we want to get down to quarts. So first off, you have to remember that to find volume of a rectangular prism, it would be length times width times height, which would get us meters cubed, because you're going to have those 3 meters times meters times meters, so that's 3 meters times each other, or meters cubed. And we want to get all the way down to 1 quart. So what you need to do now is you need to look at your unit conversions sheet that's found in the front cover of your textbook. If you don't have your textbook yet, well, you're probably not doing unit conversion problems, because that's where they're coming from, out of your textbook problems. Make sure you get that. Then, if you look up, you can see that 1 quart is equal to 946 milliliters. So we're closer, because quarts is the US, like you can buy a quart of soda. Milliliters is in metric, which meters also is in metric, which means there's definitely some conversions that'll work there for us. So again, if you keep looking, you'll see this other one that says 1,000 milliliters. So I got milliliters here, now we have milliliters here, is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 3rd meters cubed. So now we have a direct pathway. So what I mean by direct pathway is we got here, we can go directly to here, which will then take us to here, take us to here, and then get us all the way back to where we want to go. So now how do we go about doing that? You need to set up essentially multiplication. Depending on your chemistry teacher, there's a couple ways that some people show it. Some like to show it as a grid, some do the multiplication. Either way, it doesn't really matter, because it's all multiplication anyway. So you start with your given. So first we got to figure out what this actually is. So that'd be 0.5 times, remember multiplication order doesn't matter, it's 1.5. This will give you 0.9 meters cubed. Alright, and then you want to set up your 0.9 meters cubed, and you want to set up a multiplication problem so that you can cross out your current unit. So if you want to cross out your current unit, you need it to be on both the top and the bottom so that it can simplify to 1. So the next thing that you're going to want to write is this right here, because it's your other meters cubed. So you would write in your 1 times 10 to the negative 3rd meters cubed. And then whichever thing it is equal to, you're going to write it on top. So in this case, 100 milliliters. Then you're going to do the same with the next one. We have milliliters on the top, so we need this milliliters on the bottom so that we can simplify that to 1, and you'd put your 1 quart on the top. So a good way to always check if you are doing it right, you can cancel your units. So my meters cubed cancel, my milliliters cancel, and then the last unit standing is the one that we want, that shows, hey, we probably set this up right. And then you're just going to multiply through. So you're essentially going to multiply the top and the bottom first. which will give you 900. And remember, we are left with quarts. And you're going to multiply the bottom, which will give you 0.946, no units because there's none left, and then you just divide that. Get about 951 quarts. Alright, so example 2. So let's just say that one class is equal to 59 minutes. So if you are 17 years old, how many classes have you lived? So remember, our given here is that we got 17 years, and we essentially want to know how many classes. So we want to have a pathway from years that extends to classes. So we need to eventually get into minutes, so probably we need to go from years to days. Then we can go from days to hours. Let's rewrite that. To hours. And we can go to minutes. And then we can go to classes. So you can set up your problem. We start off with 17 years times. Our next would be days. So we know that 1 year has to be on the bottom. And we know hopefully 365 days in a year, assuming it's not a leap year. Then you're going to have, for every 1 day, you have 24 hours. And then for every 1 hour, you have 60 minutes. And I didn't space this well. And then imagine it continues. And then minutes on top, so you need, for every 59 minutes, there is 1 class. And again, you're going to multiply all of this out. So if you want to see the unit canceling, we've got year cancels, day cancels, 1 on top, 1 on bottom, hour cancels, minute cancels, and we are left with our 1 winner, which would be class. So just to simplify that for the math part, you're just going to be multiplying 17 times 365 times 24 times 60 divided by 1 times 1 times 1. Oh, and times 1. So it would be 1 times 1 times 1, which hopefully you know is 1 times 59. Plug that in your calculator, and you get 151,444 classes. Hopefully this is helpful. If you still need more practice with conversions, you can absolutely email me, especially if you're having trouble with the math. I really want you guys to be as good at math as possible by the time you enter. If it's questions on what should you say to your Socratic dialogue or to your lab as far as how to do it, those are ones I kind of want you to figure out on your own, so I can provide hints, but I'm not going to be as helpful as, say, I might be on the math portion. Alright, good luck with this. I'll see you next video.